Have played the first two games of this series, generating a postseason atmosphere with great pitching, spectacular defense, and two game-winning home runs in extra innings. What kind of encore could be in store? Find out next on Sun Sports. The first two games of this series have not only had playoff implications, they have had playoff intensity. And we have another one to go. Game 3 as the Tampa Bay Rays play host to the New York Yankees. As a result of these two clubs dividing the first two, New York, which came to town up by a half game, only to see the Rays grab a half game lead. Now the Rays are a half game back of the New York Yankees. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Kevin Kennedy. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you with us tonight. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis throughout the evening as well. Well, I don't know how a playoff setting could bring any more intensity than these first two games, Kevin. And it all started with that great pitching matchup of Price and Sabathia.
Yeah, both guys matched zeros. Both guys were absolutely outstanding. Both guys still the top two Cy Young Award candidates in the American League. David Price with that electric fastball up to 98 miles an hour, and CC Sabathia with a combination of fastballs, great changeups, and great sliders to go with it. Both guys put zeros up there. In fact, it was zeros all game long until Reed Brignac hitting that 3 spot when Carl Crawford was knocked out of the game, got thrown out. Brignac, first batter in the 11th. He hits the walk-off, the game winner, the home run, a 1-0 Rays win. Last night, a different story. This was a story of offensive explosion led by Robbie Cano from the Yankees. That was a 2-run home run, made it a 4-run game at the time. But here comes Willie Ibar in the 5th, a 3-run pinch hit home run. It makes it a 7-run inning and a 7-6 Rays lead at the time. It's tied up going to the 10th. Here's another walk-off. Well, not quite a walk-off because the Rays had chances in the bottom of the 10th. But nonetheless, a game-winning home run, pinch hit home run by Jorge Posada. And here's how the game ended. Golson in there for defense in right field, throws a bullet. One hopper to A-Rod as Carl Crawford is caught tagging up at second base. He makes the third out at third base, and that's how the game would end last night.
And so in the third game of this series, the Rays will send their right-hander James Shields to the mound. He has struggled against New York throughout his career, just 1-7 coming into this year, but he's pitched better this season. 2-0, including a very good game on the 1st of August. A lot of breaking stuff and the changeup featured in that out.
He really changed speeds well. He had a great changeup, but his curveball he threw 15 or 16 times. Here's one right there. And his changeup had tremendous depth. He spotted his fastball accordingly. And look at those numbers right there versus the Yankees. 2-0 with a 2.77 earned run average and a 2.06 opponent's batting average against. And this is a tiebreaker tonight. 1-1, the series is even.
Shields in looking for his 14th win. He is 13-12. Phil Hughes, they skipped his spot in the rotation, but he did work one game out of the bullpen. Hughes in at 16-7. The 24-year-old right-hander will pitch for New York. Stay tuned. If this one is anything like the first two, you don't want to go anywhere. Rays and the Yankees coming up just moments away at Tropicana Field.
Yankees and the Rays wrapping up their 3-game series tonight. First place on the line once again. It has had the feel of a mid-October American League Championship Series. At least that's what we asked Joe Madden and Carlos Pena before the game.
It has a definite playoff vibe to it. I love the way our guys have responded. I think we've been playing great. The intensity, the effort, everything is wonderful. Both sides, not just the Rays, but the Blue Jays and now the Yankees. It's good for us. It's absolutely good for us to be involved in situations like this.
These 2 games have been so intense. Could have gone either way. We were able to snatch one, and then they got us last night. But it's been a lot of fun for us, and I'm pretty sure it's been a lot of fun for all the fans. Here we're coming to the last game of the series, and our intent is to take it. Obviously, all we got to do is just play our game, and that's the best way to give ourselves, the best chance possible to win it. So, without getting too far ahead of ourselves, we're just going to go play hard and see what happens.
Well, last night was our biggest live chat in Rays history. Tonight could be our biggest website Wednesday in Rays history. Dwayne and Kevin are all ready for your questions. Just log on to foxsportsflorida.com and click on the Rays link and submit your question. We'll be having the answers all evening long. Guess what? It is time to wrap up this series. The Rays and the Yankees. First pitch, less than 3 minutes away. Enjoy all the action with Dwayne and Kevin in high definition coming up next on Sunsport.
Toyota, moving forward. By Scott, the Money Superstore. And by Checkers, a little place, big taste. I hope you're ready. We are.
I'm ready. I'm set.
Game 3 of this series between the Rays and the Yankees. And if these first 2 games don't get you stoked, I'm not sure anything will. Here is the lineup for Joe Girardi tonight. Derek Jeter leads it off with Curtis Granderson and Mark Teixeira following. Rodriguez, the cleanup man, and Robinson Cano. Great numbers not only against Shields, but against the Rays all year. Lance Berkman is the DH. Jorge Posada will catch. Austin Kearns hits 8th. Colin Curtis is in right field batting 9th against James Shields.
Well, I'm feeling a prelude to Game 3 of the ALCS right here. James Shields and Phil Hughes, because I think Andy Pettitte would go Game 2. I think Price and Sabathia would go Game 1. So I think it's a pivotal game for James Shields. A little prelude right here in the middle of September, as he's had 30 starts, 13-12 overall. ERA is pushing 5, but as we said a moment ago, he's pitched very, very well against the team with the best record in Major League Baseball. That's the New York Yankees.
Derek Jeter is stepping in to get this one started. Jeter hitting .262, and the first pitch is a fastball inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 72 perfect degrees inside Tropicana Field. And a little tap foul. 1-1. Well, you go back to that August 1st game. Shields pitched right here at Tropicana Field against New York, and he was very, very good in that one. 11 strikeouts, a lot of those on changeups, and there was the first changeup of the night, up a bit and in. 2-1. You see his line, only 1 walk, no runs and 4 hits. And he misses inside with a fastball. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Jeter went after a fastball up that time. Full count.
Good challenge right there. Shields on that last delivery didn't get quite as rotational, not quite as much turn. I thought he had better direction going for at home plate. He was talking about not overanalyzing his own mechanics.
Pitch coming in on Jeter, a fastball as he fouls. I thought it was interesting what both Madden and Hickey had to say about Shields approaching this start. And their take is that he just doesn't have to be overly concerned about throwing so hard.
Right. Yeah, I think sometimes that big hip turn, he gets a little extra power, and it also gets him out of sync with his delivery.
And a ground ball up the middle, base hit into center on a 3-2 fastball.
Here's the Rays defensively tonight around the outfield. Carl Crawford, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Infield left to right, Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Ben Zobrist, and Carlos Pena. And John Jaso once again is behind the plate.
Here's Curtis Granderson. So Jeter, for the second time in this series, has opened the game with a base hit. There's a strike to Granderson. Granderson hitting .248. Shields has had a great deal of success against Granderson. 1-1. He's only 2 for 26 off Shields.
I think a lot of it is that pitch you just saw, that good changeup. That had good depth on it. Started out low and finished lower, but it was a good pitch nonetheless. Over the plate but down.
The tap foul. 1-2.
Came right back with the change. Those are the numbers you're talking about. 6 punch outs, 2 for 26. Maybe an .077 batting average against James Shields.
It's down. Took the change up that time. Squares the count.
For any starting pitcher, it's always about getting the flow of the game, getting through that first inning, trying to put a 0 up there. Then you can kind of exhale and you start feeling better about yourself. And especially getting that first out right here.
Jeter's on the move, a swing and a miss, and the throw is not in time. Jeter picks up his 17th steal, and Granderson is out on strikes.
One of my favorite counts to run on is 2-2. That's a fastball he swung underneath. Jeter had a great jump. It's a good count to go on because when you got a strike thrower, he wants to make it happen right there. You know you're not going to pitch out. Concentration's going to be on the hitter. And I'm sure Jeter took all those things into account.
And now Mark Teixeira, hitting left-handed here. Third in the lineup, and the first pitch is a strike. Most people just learning today that Teixeira has been playing with a broken toe.
Yeah, I happened to talk to Brian Cashman this morning, and I said, give me the injury update on, Gardner and Swisher, and he went through everybody, and all of a sudden he brought up Teixeira. I had no idea he had been playing through a broken toe.
It's his little toe on his right foot.
Nice.
Change up. It's 1-2.
That's a beauty right there.
And in that game to open August, Shields used the changeup and an occasional curveball as put-away pitches.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of them early right here, and I think it's a good thing. The Yankees hitting is a very aggressive fastball hitting team. Even though they do walk a lot, work the count, their on-base percentage is high. Their on-base percentage is high is because they have a lot of good hitters, too.
That's right.
It's not just walks.
Third straight changeup, and he taps that one foul.
And Brian Cashman indicated to us that he thinks Mark Teixeira has definitely affected his hitting, not his defense, but we've seen him hit the ball pretty hard. Including a sac fly last night.
2-2. Ground ball. Grabbed there by Bartlett. Throw to first. Off the mark. A great stop out of the shift. That's a base hit. And Pena makes a great pickup on the other end. Teixeira gets a base hit.
Yeah, Mark's found a way to beat the shift a couple of times here. This one, you see Bartlett playing at the second base position. And he goes far to his left. He just couldn't get anything on the throw. A nice save by Carlos Pena. They were playing him way over to pull. So you saw Ben Zobrist in short right field, and Bartlett was not quite far over enough at second base. But a great stop nonetheless. Save a run.
First and third. Now it's Alex Rodriguez. And a cut and a miss. Fastball to start him. So Jeter with a single up the middle, and now after the steal and the strikeout, Teixeira with that base hit that managed to be stopped by Bartlett, but he beat it out. 0-2. Change up following the fastball.
Boy, bottom fell out of that pitch. Fastball's at 93. Change up right there, 87. Good depth. Same spot. Like to get a strikeout right here.
And it dropped low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's third in the league in runs batted in. 3 behind Bautista. Cabrera topping that list. Another changeup, and he just got a little piece of it. You could see he was out in front of that. The win last night for New York snapped a 4-game losing streak. It's their longest of the year. They were swept in Texas 3. Rays beat them the first night here, and New York winning last night. Ground ball, foul. Outside of third. Shields, this is his 14th career start against New York. and the 5th this year. Lifetime earned run average of .495 against him. Covered up nicely by Jason. And a changeup.
Yep, that was. Anticipating that ball being in the dirt. You might be able to get him if you could go one four-seam fastball up. But boy, it better be up above his hands.
2-2 the count. Here it is. And he threw the fastball, missing inside. That'll take the count to 3-2.
And 93 right here. Just off the inside corner. Box track shows it's off by plenty.
Well, the Yankees, as they so often do, this is typical for them. Working starting pitchers, 25 pitches already here in the first. And a foul ball, another fastball. So this will be at least a 9-pitch at bat for Rodriguez.
He gave a look over there at Mark Teixeira. I think he thought Teixeira might be in motion. Teixeira again has that broken toe, and he was not in motion on the 3-2 count. But he took a look over there, and he saw A-Rod look at third. He kind of nodded.
You know, early in his career, that was something that Rodriguez didn't like a lot.
Yeah.
He was annoyed by that. Now the runner goes, and there is ball 4. He checked in time. So the bases are loaded.
I think A-Rod thought he was supposed to be in motion the pitch before, which is why he fouled off the 3-2 pitch. It was too close. This time he knew he was in motion.
Let's take a look at the side shot.
See if he held up or not. Oh, that's a swing.
Oh, he
that's
went.
Strike 3. That's a missed call. Definitely broke his wrist. Barrel was in front of the hands. That's a missed call at first base. No doubt about it.
The bases are loaded for Robinson Cano, and if there's one guy you don't want up, it's probably this guy.
You're not kidding.
And a base hit into left. Jeter scores. Teixeira stops at third. New York takes a 1-0 lead. Cano didn't mess around. He went for the first pitch and hit it through the left side for an RBI single. His 99th run batted into the year.
When you're hot, you're hot. He hit it hard, but if Bartlett is a couple steps over, he's got a double play ball right there. That's off the outside corner, but it was up. Bartlett was playing double play death, but over pinched towards second, expecting maybe Cano to pull on the ground more. And when you're hot, you find those holes. Robbie Cano this year.
One out with a run home, bases loaded, and here's Lance Berkman. Berkman hits it on the ground to Zobrist. Bartlett 1, first base 2. They got them both. 4-6-3. Well, Berkman hit the ball right to Zobrist, and before Shields made that pitch to Berkman, he turned to Zobrist and positioned him to his left.
That's great.
Berkman hit the ball right to him. 1-0 New York. by H.H. Gregg. Well, the Rays get out of a big spot in the first. This is the lineup they'll send up there. John Jaso, followed by Ben Zobrist and Carl Crawford. Evan Longoria, Matt Joyce, and Dan Johnson, the DH down the middle. Carlos Pena hit 7th in front of B.J. Upton, and then Jason Bartlett.
Phil Hughes' actual last start was the 5th of September against Toronto. He gave up 6 earned runs in 6 innings. He did have an appearance on the 10th of September. So overall, his record is 16-7, 26 starts with a 4.26 ERA. And the reason, of course, the Yankees backed him off about 10 days is to minimize those innings that he's built up this year. 156 2/3 so far.
And they had seen the velocity drop a little bit on his fastball, too, so they didn't mind doing that. Trying to maybe refresh that end of his game. They've got a good curveball as well. First pitch to John Jaso is a fastball, and that's a strike. Jaso in the leadoff spot. He's kept that on-base percentage in the high 3s and sometimes over 4. There's a curveball, and it's 1-1. So Jaso overall at 277 for the year, his batting average. And the curve drops in for a strike. 1-2.
It's interesting, you know, Phil Hughes throws 93, but right away you see 2 of his first 3 pitches are curveballs, including doubling up on the last 2.
Out still. A ball, 2 strikes, and he's staying right with that breaking ball.
So he goes right into his secondary pitches after the first fastball of the game. It's been 3 curveballs in a row.
Jaso fouls that fastball out of play.
That's Jorge Posada trying to establish one of his breaking balls early in the game. That's smart. Makes his fastball that much deeper.
Count remains 1-2 as Jaso fouls another fastball away. Rays don't have a lot of at-bats against Hughes. Jaso 1 of 3 against him. And that breaking ball stays wide. 2-2.
You find out in this count right here what Phil Hughes has confidence throwing. Going right with a curve.
And it's lifted into short left center. Kearns has time to get over there and make the catch. 1 away.
Defensively for the Yankees this evening, Austin Kearns in left, Curtis Granderson in center, Colin Curtis in right. Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, Robbie Cano, and Mark Teixeira once again around the infield, and Jorge Posada behind the plate.
Here's Ben Zobrist. And under 250 now, 247. First pitch is a strike. He is 5th in the league in walks. And that's allowed Joe Madden to keep him in the 2nd spot on a number of occasions in the Rays lineup against right-handed pitching. Two balls and a strike.
Jorge Posada now with Zobrist up there. He's trying to cultivate the changeup. Called 2 changeups in a row.
3-1. Low fastball. Phil Hughes on the All-Star team this year. He got off to a very fast start. There's a line drive, but it's going to be foul down beyond the Rays bullpen. You can see the beginning of the year very good for Hughes, and then starting in June he was 4-1, but that earned run average went to better than 5 and over 5.5 in July.
Yeah, they've also minimized his pitch count even before the 10 days of in between starts.
Big chop to second. Cano makes the pickup and the throw. Two outs here with the bases empty, and Carl Crawford heads to the plate. Carl, 10th in the league, hitting .304. Well, with that play at third base last night, instead of a walk-off, it turned out to be a throw-off to end that game. The throw made from the right fielder, Greg Colson. Colson threw him out at third base. Then the strike. And there were a lot of questions about whether Carl should have tagged or not. And Carl said he'd do it again. And Joe Madden has been right there to support him. There's a foul ball.
Well, the thing about this, Golson caught it flat-footed. It was shallow, and then he threw a one-hop strike. And Carl read it. I mean, he knew exactly where he was. No surprise. It's just a perfect throw. I think the one thing about it is because you don't take infield in the big leagues anymore, and you don't see a guy like Golson, young guy that get called up, you don't really know what kind of arm he has.
Yeah, and a lot of the Rays players, I think, were right there with that. There's a pop-up foul ball. Calling it Posada, and makes the catch down front of the dugout. 1, 2, 3. We're at the end of an inning. It's 1-0 New York. .2010 postseason tickets. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to find out how. We go to the second. Shields touched for a run in the first, and the Rays happy to get out of that first, allowing just one. Jorge Posada will open the inning, followed by Kearns and then Curtis. And it was Posada who, for all practical purposes, decided the game last night. Starts the evening hitting .258 with 18 home runs now. And the first pitch is a strike. He had a 2-0 pitch out of here, and I mean out of here. Eye Restaurant in center field. That opened the 10th inning. 1-1 the count. You know, there was another case, and I know we've talked before about some of the other home runs the Rays staff has allowed this year, but there was a case. He's looking dead red and got a fastball on a 2-0 count. And I mean, big league hitters, they are professional hitters. They're going to hit pitches like that a long way.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to note how Jorge calls the game, because he thinks as a hitter when he's behind the plate, and he's a good hitter. Still got good power. You noticed already in the first 3 hitters, I mean, he behind the count, he's throwing breaking balls. 2-2 curveball to John Jaso, the leadoff hitter. Most pitchers are, no, I'm throwing a fastball. I'm more sure of that. That's right.
Ground ball to second. Zobrist gloves it and makes the throw to first. So Posada's retired here in the 2nd inning.
I mean, even a guy like Carl Crawford, who came up, he got a first pitch curveball for a strike. They know that Carl's aggressive and will jump on the first fastball. And Jorge cultivates that. That's a veteran catcher there that really early in his career he didn't do that. That was Joe Girardi that kind of mentored Jorge Posada calling a game. But now he calls a very good game.
There's Austin Kearns. Well, in the first inning, there's a strike. First inning for Shields tonight. He made 29 pitches, and so he had a great opportunity to mix a lot of pitches in there. And he threw 11 changeups and a curveball among the 29 pitches. And there's a hit into right field. Kearns will turn and head for second. The throw, look again. He is out at second base. Matt Joyce guns down Kearns, who runs into out number 2 at second base. Bartlett put the tag on it.
I don't think if you're Joe Girardi you complain at the hustle going for 2, because Kearns was looking 2 all the way. You got to give Matt Joyce just the credit there to do the 360 right there and throw a strike. And a nice pick by Jason Bartlett right there. That's a nice pick. Puts the tag on him. The ball beat him.
Boy, that's a great tag. You're right, by Bartlett to finish off that play. There's a strike to Curtis. So kudos on both ends of that play to Matt Joyce and Jason Bartlett. Curtis out in front of the changeup.
Yeah, nice spin right there off his back leg. A one hopper and a nice short hop pick by Jason Bartlett.
Tom Hallion right there looking in to make the call at second. And a wave and a miss and another changeup. Curtis out of there, and that takes care of New York. Bottom of the second coming, 1-0 New York.
Rays. Now tonight, in addition to normal Rays writer Dave Schreiber with our live chat, we've incorporated Brian Anderson for the first time in Rays history. BA, how's it going so far?
Looking to get my first answer out real soon.
Brian Anderson is live chatting tonight on FoxSportsFlorida.com, clicking on the Rays link. We also have Dave down here. 2 levels of guys answering your questions, and it's going to be on all night long. BA is also joining us for the postgame show. Guys, it's also a Website Wednesday. Quick question from Tim. He wants to know, with the Twins' record as of late, they're catching up to the Rays and the Yankees for the best record in the American League. Do you think they may end up with home field advantage throughout, considering they play the AL Central a lot the rest of the way, guys?
Yeah, Evan Longoria takes a strike. That's a great question, and unfortunately, one of the negatives of divisional baseball, the way it's set up, you can take a look. The Yankees and the Rays separated by half game, but right there, 86 and 58, Minnesota, and then Texas 81 and 63. There's a high shot back into straightaway center field. Granderson will go to the track for it and have a couple steps to make the catch on that one off the bat of Evan Longoria. Long shot to center, but catchable, one away. And the Minnesota Twins all year long are going to play an easier schedule than anybody in the American League East. And now that the Orioles are playing as well as they've played over the last month or so, everybody in the East is a tough team to play.
Yeah, then they're on fire right now, too. Minnesota's won 9 out of 10, including 3 in a row. They beat the White Sox last night. They have an easier schedule definitely down the stretch here, the final 17, 18 games. It's a distinct possibility.
Yeah, that's just one of the inequities of scheduling. All of major sports are like that, unfortunately. For the longest, baseball tried to hang on to maybe the most equitable schedule, but all the professional sports like that, they've really forsaken the integrity of a balanced schedule. And so that's one of the prices you pay. And the Twins very well could take advantage of that and continue to play. And that's not taking anything away from the Twins, as you know. And we admire that organization and that team. In fact, the Rays openly, when Andrew Friedman took over the baseball office, openly said that's one of the franchises he hoped to model the Rays and their development and improvement after, and for good reason, because the Twins have had such a great organization for years and years. But they do play in a division that is just not as tough as the AL East. It's popped up by Joyce. Rodriguez just fair makes that catch. 2 gone.
You know, and Bill Smith, the general manager, has quietly gone out and he made some nice moves, including getting Matt Capps, a bona fide closer from the Nationals. And they're doing it also without Justin Morneau. They put Brian Dunsing in the rotation, and all he's got is a 2 ERA. He's about 8-2 as a starter.
Here's Dan Johnson, the DH. And he ducks the pitch early, tried to check his swing and hits a little hopper that Rodriguez makes the pickup on and throws him out. It's a 1-2-3 inning. More on that question when we return. 1-0 New York. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. We go to the third. New York leading 1-0, and the Yankees will have the top of the order. Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira due up. You know, talking about that Minnesota situation, how it's very possible they could finish with the best record in baseball because of their schedule the rest of the way. That's why it's important. People say, well, the wild card really diminishes this battle between the Yankees and the Rays. Well, you know, that's not really true because of that Minnesota factor. It's going to make a difference who wins the East.
Yeah.
And the Rays have, of course, this one left. There you look at Minnesota with that 7-game lead over Chicago, and you know, they're wrapping things up over there in the Central. But that's going to make a difference in terms of postseason play. And the team that really could help the Rays a lot will be the Toronto Blue Jays, because they finished the season playing Minnesota, and they also have a series with the Yankees. In fact, the Yankees, that last week and a half of the season, have the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, and the Red Sox. And the Rays, the final week and a half, have Seattle, Baltimore, and Kansas City. There's the full slate. The Rays with 18 games left, and the Yankees with 17. So the Rays really need a win tonight, and they need to go to New York and at least split up there.
Right, exactly. That's why I feel tonight coming in is a pivotal game for James Shields and the Rays to win this series. And a nice off day tomorrow, can regroup a little bit and go back at it on Friday before you go to New York and play 4 there next week.
Change up, and Jeter's out front. I think the Twins, they're playing the White Sox, and then they play Oakland and Cleveland and Detroit, Kansas City, and then finish with 4 against the Toronto Blue Jays. And who knows? I mean, the Twins are playing the Blue Jays there while the Rays are in that final. The Twins are actually home against the Blue Jays in that final series, and the Rays are on the road in Kansas City for a 4-game series. Swing and a miss. Jeter chased the changeup. 3rd strikeout for Shields. 2 of them, the last 2 on the changeup.
See a good shot of that grip right there. Good depth on this changeup over the plate and down. You think it's going to be at the knees, and it was just below the knees. And he gets a good chase out of it.
When the Yankees are finished here, their road trip continues, and they go play Baltimore. And again, the Orioles are playing a lot tougher than they played all year. So the Yankees have a challenging schedule.
You know, the other thing is, we got the sense this morning, talking to Brian Cashman, that he wants to get healthy first. Not that he doesn't want home field advantage, but he's more concerned about getting Swisher healthy, Gardner healthy, Pettit, of course, perhaps due back this weekend. Sounded like maybe Saturday or Sunday. But they're more concerned about the long-term health of those guys right now, because all of them are taking MRIs, and there's some concern about Swisher, and he's been huge for them.
Yeah, they were saying there's inflammation in there, but maybe that's all it is. Fly ball lifted back to Crawford. Carl has room and makes the catch. But I'll tell you, when we saw him pinch hit here on Monday night and try to run to first base, it was a step and a drag all the way down. Yeah. He was dragging that leg.
And he's such a gamer. He tried to play through it. I saw one of those games in Texas where he threw a ball from right field to third, and he almost fell down. He couldn't push off.
Yeah, he got that bad knee.
And that's exactly what Brian said. He said it's inflammation. That's the good news. They know what it is, but the problem is it's been lingering.
1-0 the count to Teixeira. Line drive going to be over the head of Bartlett. Over the shift this time. Base hit into center. Retrieved by Upton.
That's the last 3 hits have beat the shift that he got. He got a base hit yesterday that beat the shift. 2 today that have beaten the shift. Although that's right at Bartlett. That's just a base hit to center field.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. And the first pitch is a strike. Shields has been good with that first pitch strike for the most part tonight. After missing to Jeter to start the game, he went 3-2 to him and gave up the base hit. 9 of 13 in that department. 0-2 now to Rodriguez.
I think Alex thought he was going to see a changeup right there. And he was going to take it because he thought it would be a ball. That's what that looked like to me. A lot of times Shields changeups drop in the dirt.
There was a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's exactly, I'm sure, what Alex was thinking the pitch before. He did get it with 2 strikes here, and he was ready for it. But that's all right. That's what I was saying earlier about don't overanalyze. If that's your best pitch, you can still throw it. Here, if guys are looking for it or not.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Half of the third. Rodriguez went to 3-2 and then threw a walk on a check swing, which he actually went around on. Down to third. Montgomery to second. He had to retreat, angle to his left, and he had to play on Teixeira in front of him to retire the side. No runs, a hit. A man left. The ball game heads into the home half of the third. Nice play by Longoria. Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Carlos Pena, followed by B.J. Upton, and then Jason Bartlett against Phil Hughes. Hughes has retired the first 6 to face him and is 6 of 6 when it comes to first pitch strikes. And he misses on this one inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, that technique worked again.
And his velocity's back tonight. That's about where he pitches at. 93. Get it up a little higher once in a while.
Curveball drops in for a strike. 1-1, and that's such a good pitch for him.
Good overhand curve. He's got good differential too. A 74-mile-an-hour curveball, 93 fastball.
And a swing through the fastball at 93. It's 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Trying to keep Carlos tied up. They can see when he gets extended on a ball up and away what he can do, including last night's home run to dead center field. Posada's calling a lot of fastballs in.
And a foul ball back. Good cut right there.
Yeah, that ball ran back out over the plate a little bit more. See, Jorge gave Phil Hughes a motion there. He wants that ball in better than that. Jorge's setting up way inside. See, that ball's over the heart of the plate.
Time called.
I think Phil Hughes wants to go back in. Jorge called fastball away, shook him off. Curveball, no. Fastball away again. Again, Phil Hughes said no.
Pena is 2 for 6 against Hughes, both home runs. And he just got a piece of that fastball to foul it. I guess he didn't. It just popped away from Posada. And Pena is out on strikes. Ball in and out of Posada's mitt.
That was smart by Phil Hughes. Now, he called that pitch. He wanted to go back in there. A Foxmo right here. Yeah, right underneath it. Jorge just dropped it.
So that's the first strikeout for Hughes. B.J. Upton. Curveball away.
You'll notice so far we're in the 3rd inning. He hasn't thrown any sliders yet, so he's cultivated the curveball early. That's what I'm saying about pitchers. You don't have to throw every pitch in the first couple of innings, but cultivate one of your breaking balls. Get one established. And he's definitely establishing his overhand curveball. He'll bring a slider along here sooner or later. But we're still here first time around the lineup. And he's got a good feel for his curve, so he's staying with it. Here comes a slider.
And B.J. missed it.
First one we've seen. I didn't know it'd be that much sooner rather than later, but there it is.
Oh, there you go again. He liked it so much he threw it again.
Well, Jorge will do that. If you got a good feel for it, he likes to double up on changeups, curveballs, sliders. You'll see Jorge do that. It's a good pitch. Back to the curveball there.
And it's 2-2.
And now you may see him go fastball up and in above BJ's hands. Throwing 4 breaking balls, 2 curves, 2 sliders away. Got his eyes looking down there. See if they go up and in here. Hughes wants a fastball in. That's Hughes called that.
And he misses with it. Full count.
He shook Jorge off on 3 pitches. Kind of knew Hughes was going to want to go up and in right there. He may go back with the breaking ball now. We'll see.
Well, he threw 2 great sliders back to back. They were perfect. So we've had that, the curve and the fastball in play. And he comes right back with a little slider. Struck him out.
Well, that's how you call a game right there. That's how you execute. Actually, Hughes called a lot of those pitches. Smart pitcher right there.
Hey, here's tonight's Auto Way text poll. with starting rotation better equipped for the postseason. TB1 the Rays, TB2 the Yankees. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. Here's Bartlett. He fouls one back. Well, the Yankees are hoping that they can get some people healthy, and Pettit would be at the top of that list. So right now you'd have to think the Rays would have the advantage when it comes to their rotation, but we'll see what the text poll says.
Yeah, Andy's a real key, and I think the playoff system this year is key because should the Yankees get in, they're going to need 4 starters this year. They're not going to be able to go all the way this time with only 3 starters, I don't believe, should they get there.
And strike 3 is called. Bartlett caught looking. Hughes strikes out the side through 3. 1-0 New York. Single season for the 13th time in his career. Who's the only pitcher with more 30-plus save seasons than Rivera? That's our AT&T trivia question tonight. Answer in the bottom of the inning. Robinson Cano will lead off the 4th.
Joe Girardi watching Jay, so he bounced the ball down to second base. So he asked the home plate umpire to look at the ball, because there might be a scuff on it, might be more movement for James Shields.
You know, that's something that surprises me about pitchers, though. When you see pitchers
throw it out,
throw a ball out of play,
you don't know what to do with it.
Would love to have that ball.
Absolutely. You'll see catchers throw it out too.
Yeah.
I don't think guys know how to use it. Use the scuff.
Robinson Cano, first pitch is a strike. Starts him with a fastball. That's 59 pitches now for Shields, 35 fastballs and 20 changeups in the mix with a few other breaking balls, curveball. This went down and in, 1-1. Well, you know, you might be right about that. That's a special.
I talked to.
Skill right there to use a scuff.
Well, it is. I mean, the scuff, when you hold the ball, the scuff will move. The ball will move the opposite side of the scuff with the wind resistance.
There's a strike,
like a wiffle ball.
Yeah, exactly. Cano got the base hit to drive in the run, and so he's hitting .418 of Rays pitching this year. I mean, something's got to give here. This guy gets a hit whenever he wants to.
Yeah, he really does.
Out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I was mentioning last night, and you know, I'm not talking about hitting anybody, but I've never seen him really stood up. I haven't really seen really buzz one under his hands in a count like this. He's very comfortable at the plate.
And he lines it into left. That's going to fall in front of Crawford, who makes the pickup, and there's another hit by Cano. Well, you know, that makes those hits possible.
That's right.
When he's comfortable up there.
Absolutely. He's got no fear of getting hit or being buzzed.
So Cano's aboard. Let's check in with Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Fully interactive night tonight on FoxSportsFlorida.com. You can live chat with both Dave Shiver, the Rays writer, and Brian Anderson. Dave, by the way, a professional writer. Brian is typing like this for his answer, so please be patient. Guys, our first question on Website Wednesday comes from Doreen. She wants to know, with starting pitchers, do you think there's any benefit to going back to the old school ways of charting the game before you start as opposed to relying on video, guys?
Lance Berkman with a strike. I always loved the charting days because there were all kinds of stories about that. You know, and there were a time, or was a time, I guess, or were times when there's a line drive by Berkman, and that's going to fall in front of Joyce for a base hit, back-to-back singles. You know, there were times when a pitcher would chart from the stands.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I have a real simple answer. Yes. I think it's great. I loved it when pitchers charted. Video's fine and good, but I think when you're the starting pitcher the next day and you're charting, now granted it's different depending on the type of pitcher you are, but nonetheless you can learn an awful lot because you're paying attention every pitch to every hitter. But when you're talking about, there's Wade, now he's not starting tomorrow, but he's starting Friday. Now, they're not facing the Yankees, of course, but still, you learn an awful lot about the Yankees.
Sure. For
your next start against the Yankees. And I think it's really good. I think video's great and the modern technology and all that, but I think some of the old school ways are sometimes better.
Well, what it is, it's preparation. It's doing your homework.
Exactly. Well, I had 2 Hall of Fame, what I think Hall of Fame pitchers. I don't know if Clemens will ever get in now, but Nolan Ryan's in the Hall of Fame. But both of them played for me, and I'll tell you what, they really charted. I mean, they took it with. They were very engaged, as you say, Dwayne. They were very engaged with it, so much so they knew who the umpire was the next day. I mean, they knew what kind of. They had a scouting report on him.
If it's good enough for them, it ought to be good enough for every guy who ever put on a uniform who wanted to pitch.
I just think with video, unless you're really locked in on every hitter, I mean, how long are you going to watch video? You're going to watch a 3-hour game? You're going to watch the whole game? I mean, how much are you going to watch? When you're charting the night before, that's your job. You're paying attention to every hitter that comes in that night. All 150 pitches, or 160 pitches of a game, or 120 pitches of a game, or whatever it is, you're charting every pitch.
Yeah, and what happened, you know, there used to be a time when a guy might be in the stands behind the plate because he might have a better view of the pitch and all that, but every once in a while, you know, there was a wandering attention span, and so a manager had to pull him back into the dugout, make sure that he was serious about charting.
I'll tell you what Nolan Ryan, how he liked to chart.
That's ball 2.
He would watch the game in the clubhouse and chart as he was charting. He'd watch the game in the clubhouse so he could see the center field camera shot and see what we talk about every night: pitch sequence, location, hitter's bat speed. He could see all that. He'd come out on the bench once in a while, then he'd go back in.
That's the best shot in baseball right there for those purposes. The chopper to short. Bartlett to second out. Throw to first. Not in time. Ball just not hit hard enough. Berkman forced it second. Bartlett to Zobrist. Posada reaches on a fielder's choice.
It really wasn't. It was a couple of big hops, and Bartlett had to play the big hop, try to get the feet. Looked like he slipped just a little bit, but again, Zobrist can't get a whole lot on it. because Berkman is coming across the bag. And that was all arm right there. It's a nice play. Close, but Jorge got down the line just quick enough. By the way, that was a pretty good question by Doreen.
Yeah, that was a great question.
Wow.
I love that. We've had a couple really good ones tonight.
What was those old school ways?
There was a strike to Austin Kearns.
You know,
the other BA's getting some good questions to try to answer.
I bet he is. You know, the other thing about that, you give the chart to the manager that night after you look at it. And I used to look at it, and I learned a lot about the hitters too. So, I mean, when I prepped my guys the next day, there were certain things that I would pick up from that. Because you chart every single pitch.
Yeah, there's BA charting. He's ground ball foul.
I'm sure BA didn't like doing that. He may have the opposite opinion.
This is analogous to having him chart here during a game. Yeah, look at that. That's a tremendous focus right there. You got Dave and Brian in a live chat, and he's putting some serious thought into either that question or the answer.
Well, you said there's intensity in this series.
Well, Kearns is out on strikes.
Hey, more of that right there. Go up in the zone once in a while. Nice pitch. That's a nice pitch right there. I think Cano needs to see more of that. I mean, he was way behind that. Let's save it right here now.
Calvin Curtis got him on a changeup the first time. And there's a strike to start him with a changeup.
He could almost play behind over there at first base. Now, Posada will sneak a stolen base. We've seen him try that earlier in the series, but so what? You don't want a hole open over there on the right side for this lefty hitter.
Front again, another changeup.
Especially on the changeup that he's likely to pull and get out in front of. And he got way out in front of this one.
Two strikes. 2 men on, 2 men out. And a foul ball. You got just a little bit. That was another changeup. Shields continues to work him with that pitch.
Wow, I don't know how he got a piece of that. I didn't think from that shot, didn't look like he hit it. Apparently he did.
The 0-2. Down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cano's at third. Posada is at first. Shields working hard tonight. Yankees make you throw a lot of pitches. Yankees have had base runners in every inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good anticipation from John Jaso. He's anticipating these changeups in the dirt. A lot of blocks tonight.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And it's line foul up the right side, just beyond the bullpen. He threw him a fastball, and he was early on that.
It's a funny thing about especially young hitters. You throw 4 changeups in a row, you think, God, he must be looking change now, and he's still looking fastball. That's why he was so far out on the first 2 changeups. That's why I'm saying, don't outthink yourself. Don't try to guess with hitters. You never will get it right.
And a fly ball, short left, off the changeup, and that retires the side. Went right back to the change of speed, 2 left. Bottom of the 4th coming, 1-0 New York. Buick and GMC dealers. My Buddy's Home Furnishings, where there's no credit needed and up to 6 months, same as cash. And by AT&T, find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, rethink possible. From Tropicana Field tonight, wrap-up game of this series. 1-0, New York leads as the Rays send the top of the order up here in the fourth. John Jaso, Ben Zobrist, and Carl Crawford. Since that 7-run fifth inning, by the way, last night by the Rays, Yankee pitchers have faced the minimum 24 hitters. Crawford had that base hit in the 10th, but he was erased. Actually, there's one more than that. Here's a ball to Jaso. The Rays did draw a walk in the 8th inning, and Pena was left on.
That's what's amazing about this offense. Yeah, it's so streaky that they could be down 6-0 like last night and then put up a 7 spot just like that.
Yep.
You can never count this ball club out, but you would like to see obviously more consistency.
Yeah. So what? That's 8 innings of 1 hit and 1 walk, and only 1 man over the minimum. Broken back ground ball. Jeter handles that. 1 away here in the fourth. That's all that's left of Jaso's bat. Our AT&T trivia question answers coming up. Last night, Rivera reached 30-plus saves in a single season for the 13th time in his career. Who's the only pitcher with more than 30-plus save seasons? The answer is Trevor Hoffman with 14.
I was going to say, with 600-plus saves, he's got to be the guy. That's a ridiculous amount.
Well, those converted hitters do turn into pretty good pitchers, don't they?
Started as shortstop with a good arm and learned a changeup. Got 600 saves.
There you are.
You can't hit, though, either.
Ben Zobrist, that's a fair ball back at first. Teixeira's going to make the play. So on a 1-0 pitch, he's out of there. 2 up and 2 down, and that's 11 in a row. Retired by Hughes to start the game.
Yeah, and he's really pounding the zone, too. He's got a very minimal pitch count, mid-40s. I'll tell you what, those days off have helped him. He's got his fastball back. He hasn't lost any sharpness at all. 46 pitches. That's it. And we're into the fourth with 2 outs.
Here's Crawford. Carl hits it on the ground to short. Jeter throws wide, but Teixeira puts the tag on him. Quick inning. We go to the 5th. 1-0 New York. So it's 1-0 as we go to the 5th. Time to look at the upcoming Rays schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Off day tomorrow, and the Angels come in. Rays will have Wade Davis on the hill Friday, and Price is going to work Saturday with Neiman. Now pitching Sunday against Scott Kazmir. And a little juggle in the rotation means that Price should work Thursday in New York against the Yankees. And from what we hear, Sabathia will also pitch Thursday. So we'll have a rematch of Price and Sabathia in New York on Thursday.
Makes sense. The off day tomorrow.
Derek Jeter after the first pitch down to short. Bartlett throws him out. One away. I guess I should mention that as we look forward to the upcoming race schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. It's always a good idea. Here's Curtis Granderson. Well, we got carried away with our rematch of Price and Sabathia there. We got to give our sponsors their due.
Right.
You know, we talked about the Minnesota schedule and the possibility that the Twins could finish with the best record. There's the first pitch to Granderson. A ball. You know, that brings up something else about the Cy Young Award race. And if it really should be either Sabathia or Price because of the strength of schedule that they pitch against.
I definitely would wait on that if I were a writer.
I'll tell you, I think they have to. I know all of these other guys that we've talked about, great pitchers, but they're in other divisions.
That's right.
Now, Buchholz, you know, he's in the East and he's pitched well, but I think out of the East, it's probably going to come down to those two guys, Sabathia or Price.
I think so too. I think
it should come down out of the American League to those two.
Yeah, I think so. And there's still people talking about Felix Hernandez because he's got the low ERA.
But he's not pitching the predominant part of his starts against the East. Trevor Cahill, same situation in the West. And a swing and a miss. Anderson thrown out from Jaso to Pena. So I think based on that, I mean, those are all great pitchers, but you know, in my mind, it has to be Price or Sabathia, one of those two guys.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Buchholz has had a great year too, but I think winning has to count for something too. Assuming all things go well like they should with the Rays and the Yankees are both going to be in. It's just who's going to be the division winner for the most part. I agree with you. I mean, take nothing away from Cahill or Hernandez or anybody else.
The strike to Sharon.
But you're facing not just the Yankees and Rays and Red Sox. Don't forget about Toronto. And don't forget about Baltimore.
Yep. Especially now.
Now that they're healthy. We've got Roberts back and Markakis swinging well. And that young core of offensive players that we thought would make a difference in this division anyway.
Down home run champ is going to come out of the East. Bautista hit another home run for Toronto. It's his 47th, and that ties their club record. George Bell. A high fly ball, not overly deep to center. Upton is there. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. Bottom of the 5th coming. 1-0 New York. settled for 1 run on the base hit to left by Robinson Cano, scoring Jeter. Meanwhile, Shields, through 5 innings, has surrendered just that 1 run on 7 hits. And Phil Hughes has been perfect, retiring the first 12 to face him, making 47 pitches in the process, striking out 3. Middle of the order for the Rays: Evan Longoria, Matt Joyce, and Dan Johnson.
Hey, Evan's been flirting with that center field wall. He's hit some balls good the last couple of nights to dead center.
First pitch misses, ball 1. Hit the ball to the track in the 2nd inning and hit that ball in the 10th inning last night off Rivera. Only to have Granderson catch both of them. 1-1 to count.
Yeah, I heard Joe Madden's comments. I kind of had the same feeling off the bat. I thought he might have gotten it last night for that game-winning home run.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Posada's holding that 2 down there a long time. He wanted a curveball here. Hughes just kept looking at him, meaning he didn't want it. He wants to go back to that slider/cutter.
And a base hit into center field. Rays pick up their first hit. Longoria took it right back up the middle.
'89 right here. Right on the outside corner. Nice piece of hitting right there, right back through the box.
Now Matt Joyce. Joyce popped to third his first time. Fastball didn't miss by much.
Well, Posada thought it was at the knees. He's talking with home plate umpire Lance Barksdale right there. So they're telling him that was a strike. It wasn't low. Close.
That's a strike. Drops in. Changed up on it.
Yeah, a little off speed right there. Change up.
Something that we haven't seen tonight, but it is something that he worked on all the way back in the spring. That was a focal point for Hughes this spring.
Yeah, he threw a couple early, and that was it. First inning, he threw a couple changeups. That was it.
A ball outside of first, 1-2.
And that's again Posada. If he gets 1 for a strike, get the feel of it, he'll call it again. A little bit of a pattern you can recognize. So he doubles up on the changeup and he gets 2 strikes out of it.
A 1-2 count to Joyce.
Throw over to first there. Thumb you saw, the flip. That's what that means.
Joyce does have a home run off Hughes. Coming into the game 1 for 3 off him. 0 for 1 in this game.
Conversation now. Difference of opinion between Jorge and Phil Hughes. What do you want to throw here?
Ball away, 2-2. Joyce, fastball out at the end of July with a 3-run home run in the 6th inning off use here. The Rays beat him 3-2. The game that Wade Davis won. This one is low, so the count is full.
Tried to drop a curve on him right there. That was a good take by Matt. He tracked that. We'll see if Evan is put in motion right here on the 3-2 count. Make it a run and hit play. Important if it's close, though, for Matt. He's got to make contact if that's the case.
To the count. Runner goes. Pitch hit on the ground to first. Fair ball out at first. And the tag on at second, but Longoria stays on the bag and moves up.
Well, that's why you put him in motion. That eliminated a double play, which would have been a sure double play right there had the same occurrence happen. One hopper right at the bag. Teixeira. Look at Teixeira, just in case Evan overslides the bag or doesn't slide at all and overruns the bag. Quick thinking right there. Smart by Evan to stay right there. We saw Derek Jeter about to receive a throw.
Here's Dan Johnson. Takes off breaking ball for a strike. Johnson out. Rodriguez to Teixeira in the 2nd inning. Fastball foul straight back.
You got a pitch to hit too, and Dan knows it. And a good swing at it.
And getting the start is the DH. 19th start for the Rays. Pretty much divided between first and the DH spot. It's in a bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this one's skipping away from Posada and all the way into the stands. Longoria goes to third.
Curveball right there. Jorge, let's see if Jorge didn't cover up on this. Curveball. Yeah, he just doesn't get down. Doesn't react in time at all. That's on Jorge. See, that should be a fast ball. I know that's the rule. Hits the dirt. It's usually the pitcher's fault, but that's a ball that should be blocked. He just didn't react.
Infield comes in now with a man at third. And a breaking ball again is down.
He covered up on that one.
Hughes now charged with 8 wild pitches on the year. Posada's been charged with 8 pass balls this year.
Yeah, he just didn't anticipate it being in the dirt, so he didn't react. That's a ball that you got to smother. And now, of course, fly ball contact is of essence right here for Dan Johnson. Get this game tied.
3-2. And a foul. It's going to be out of play. The Rays with their very first scoring opportunity. Longoria's single went to second. He was breaking on the ground ball to first by Joyce. Now at third on the wild pitch. Three-two to Johnson again, and he hits it high and deep down the right side. Gone. Home run for Dan Johnson on a 3-2 pitch, and the Rays take a 2-1 lead. Johnson's 4th home run of the year for the Rays. Rays fans enjoy this one.
Well, that's pretty good fly ball contact right there. Got a fastball. You know, he got 2 mistakes in his at bat. He missed the first one. He fouled it off. This one was supposed to be away. It was right down the middle. He did miss the second one.
Here's Pena. He shoots one foul up the right side, and a great catch down there in front of the Rays bullpen.
Well, you got to save Bobby Ramos. You can't have Bobby getting hurt.
That's exactly right. He's getting nuts from everybody down there. Not only in the bullpen, but from the stands as well. He's taking FaceTime away from Dan Johnson after Dan's home run.
I'll tell you what, very few mistakes by Phil Hughes tonight, and 2 of them were in this at bat. And as I mentioned, Dan Johnson got a fastball, and he fouled it straight back in the second pitch of the at bat. He worked the count to his credit to 3-2, and he's got a cookie. And he hit it out. He ate it first, then he hit it out.
Yes, he did. He enjoyed it.
The other way around. Yeah. Eat it after, maybe get the ball back. It was like room service.
Well, Johnson hit 30 home runs and drove in 95 runs in 98 games at Durham, and called to the big leagues again by the Rays in early August. And that's his 4th home run.
I tell you, he spit on some pretty good pitches. He took a fastball in off the plate, very close for a ball. Curveball, a couple of curveballs for balls, and he got the fastball he wanted.
Breaking ball, and Pena foul tips it into the mitt of Posada. 2 gone. Yeah, Johnson got a fastball he could leverage there.
Yeah, you
boy,
bet.
did he.
Yeah.
Here's Upton. Breaking ball away. 23 pitches now in this inning for Hughes. He made 17 in the first. That was his previous high tonight in a single inning. Tap the third, got a chance to beat it out. Throw to first, not in time. Upton with an infield hit. So the Rays with some speed at first base now.
Yeah, A-Rod had to charge this like a swinging bunt, and with BJ's speed, BJ couldn't get out of the box quick enough because of the big swing, and still beat that ball out. Conference here on the mound right now. A little bit of a taxing inning. 24 pitches here in the 5th for Phil Hughes. They know that BJ is going to run at some point.
Jason Bartlett will be the hitter.
Got to expect fastball away, I think, for Jason Bartlett.
BJ's back-handed first, going the throw. BJ now with 40 steals. 5th in the league. Pretty good lead over there right now. Draws the peg again from Hughes. The Rays taking a 2-1 lead on the Dan Johnson home run here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch is a fastball taken for strike 1.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get early, because you've got a space stealer here with 2 outs. So the catcher is going to call fastball away to try to get a strike, and also it's a good pitch he can throw somebody out on. So as a hitter, you got to expect that and just look to go the other way and hit the hole. pitch out count now for Jorge Posada. 0-1. BJ's got to be careful here. Is that cutter or slider?
And there goes BJ, swing and a miss, and the throw is in time. Cano takes the tag and puts the tag on Upton. And the Rays are finished in the 5th. But they grab the lead on one swing of the bat from Dan Johnson. Through 5, it's 2-1 Tampa Bay.
Announcer segment of Website Wednesday. You can log on to foxsportsflorida.com if you have a question. Kevin wants to know about Joe's use of the rookies out of the bullpen last night with veterans available. Do you guys think it was wise to use Jeremy Hellickson and Jake McGee? Back to you.
Well, that's a great question right there, and there's going to be divided opinion on that. Not anything reflecting on their ability, because both are projected to have big futures for the Rays. A change up to Alex Rodriguez here, and Joe's take is that they're here and they fit the situation. Line drive and a base hit into center field. But I think you can take the argument that you might go with a veteran as opposed to putting a rookie under high pressure there.
Yeah, if it was the 7th, I would say definitely go with your, Dan Wheeler, Chad Qualls, Randy, whoever, to get to Benoit to Soriano. But it was the 6th, top of the 6th. Once they took the lead, it was 7-6. They scored 7 in the bottom of the 5th inning. So you're talking about 12 outs of pitching. And you did have a lefty leading off the next innings, and he just struck out Jeter. So I understand what Joe was thinking. Well, it's Granderson. He strikes out a lot. The lefty just struck out Jeter, got his first strikeout in the big leagues. And I'll go with the kid to get one batter, and he ends up walking him. And then, of course, Hellickson, who's pitched well as a starter, comes out of the bullpen and gave up a hit or two, and all of a sudden you got the tying run that ends up scoring. I think it was the 7th inning. I would have gone right to the veterans. I think that's the difference for me. The 6th was a little close right there. I understand what Joe was doing. 9 outs, those final 9 outs, that's what I always talk about. You want your horses in there.
Out in front right there, and the count to them is 0-2, so the Yankees come right back here, putting on the pressure.
Block again by Jay, so this is huge right here. nice sequence right here to Robbie Cano. It's a big out of the game right here for me because the Rays just got a lead. Got A-Rod at first, nobody out, and get the toughest hitter in the lineup.
And did he go? Rays want the appeal, and he's out on strikes. Ron Copeland says he went around. So Cano is out number 1.
Yeah, I thought the home plate umpire might call that and see it himself. Lance Barksdale. There's no doubt about it. Right in front of his eyes right there. There's no doubt he swung at this pitch.
Oh,
absolutely.
He's all over it.
Almost pulled the back muscle.
Well, they got the call in the first on Rodriguez when he walked and he went around. They didn't get it this time with Cano. And here's Berkman.
And I think you have to do more of that with Cano. You got to go up on him more. You got to go north and south a little bit more. Side to side, whatever pitch it is, east and west, he's all over it. Left center, right field. I think you got to go north and south with some of your pitches on him.
The foul ball. 0-2 the count. Berkman got a little piece of that changeup, and I think a little piece of Jaso at the same time. Yep. 2 strikes the count to Lance Berkman. And he got it. He got that cutter in play right there.
Yeah, and that's when it's effective. When you haven't seen it, don't throw too many. Just pick your spot at the right time. Backdoor cutter. That's a nice pitch. That's when you use that pitch. You don't have to overuse it. If you miss away, so be it. That's a great pitch right there in that particular situation.
2 gone. Now here's Jorge Posada. This is the 100th pitch of the night for Shields. And he throws him a breaking ball for a strike.
Nice overhand curveball. He's been dropping some of those in here the last few hitters. 72% for strikes. That's outstanding. Well above Major League average.
One and one.
Didn't miss by much. Good try.
Two balls and a strike. New York with a run in the first. The Rays 2 runs in the 5th. And down a bit. A changeup. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, if you're going to throw 3 curves and a change to get the count to 3-1, you can't be afraid to throw another off speed here. Because now Jorge's in a fastball count that he's looking for. That's what happened last night. He hit the game-winning home run.
And a roller foul.
See, he was looking fastball, and he got a changeup down in the dirt. That's a good pitch by James Shields. That's good game calling, good execution. So Jorge is definitely looking fastball, and he knows it. Something to turn on.
And it's ball 4. Posada goes to first. Rodriguez up to second. And Austin Kearns will be the hitter. Reminder, Saturday, the 18th, the Rays take on the Angels. And after the game, you can catch Adam Lambert in the Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets for the fun here on Saturday night. Hickey heads to the mound. Rays will have
I think that last
conference here.
I think that last pitch, Dwayne, hit Posada. He was right on top of the plate because you saw James Shields mouth it. Did that hit him?
Yes, it did.
And Jorge let it hit him. You know what? That could have been called strike 3. It could have, if it crossed the plate, it's a strike. And Jorge, that was a good move by Jorge. He got away with that. He let that ball hit him.
The Rays get Dan Wheeler up in the bullpen.
Sneaky catchers.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you're known by the company you keep. First pitch into Kearns, and that's a curveball for a strike. Kearns 1 for 2. He had a base hit in the second inning, and Joyce turned in a very good play in right field to throw him out, trying to stretch it into a double.
You know who used to say the toughest inning to manage? It was Joe Torre. I heard him actually say this recently. And it's the 6th inning. Because the 7th, you know, you're going to go to your veteran guys to get to Benoit, to get to Soriano. The 6th inning's when you got to, who do I go to? I don't want to go too early to Qualls and guys like that. Or Dan Wheeler, you know, it's tough because you got 9 more outs to go. And if they don't get the job done, then you got to bring Benoit in a little bit earlier than normal. So the 6th inning, and I thought that was interesting when I heard that. I've always thought about the final 9 outs being the toughest to manage, but the reason is because the 6th can be a pivotal situation like we're looking at right now.
Ball 2 inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shields with 7 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batter. 2 on, 2 outs in the 6th. Big pitch here, 2-2 to Kearns. Huge. And it's high for ball 3. Up with the fastball, 3-2. He struck out Kearns on a fastball swinging in the 4th. Just missed with a fastball high there to go 3-2.
And he's looking fastball right here.
Runners go. Swing and a miss. He throws the changeup. Kearns strikes out on a change. He winds up striking out the side, leaving 2 men on base. Shields got Cano on the check swing attempt. Berkman on the backdoor cutter. Kearns on the change. Race greatness moment coming up later in the game tonight. And just be on the lookout. She'll take care of the Miller Lite.
Be on the lookout for that guy. And with the Miller Lite.
Hey, got to support the team.
That's right. I like it.
Well,
he's big up for the series.
Yeah,
you know?
man. Hey, you know.
A lot of preparation goes into that.
Sure. Team colors.
That's right.
Paint it up. Got to support the team. Jason Bartlett. Bartlett at the plate when the 5th inning ended on the caught stealing. He'll lead it off. Then Jason Zobrist against Phil Hughes. Jason shortens on the bat. Ball 1. Just for the technical side of it, they're still calling Posada a walk.
Right. Yeah.
But that ball did hit him.
Yep, sure did.
One and one to count on Bartlett.
Good cut action of that pitch right there. A little depth to it too.
One and two. Hughes retired the first 12 to face him before Longoria's single. And with 1 out in the 5th, Dan Johnson hit the 2-run home run. It's a ball and 2-strike count to Bartlett. Two and two. And a full count here to Jason. Cutter ran away.
Big pitch right here. Try to get a base runner with a good hit and run man on deck, and John Jason with a good eye. So this is a big pitch. Get a leadoff man on here.
Stays alive with a foul ball. A 3-2 cutter.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of those right now. He's got a pretty good feel for it. Gonna try to hit that ball to right center.
Lifts it down to right field line. Curtis retreats and makes the catch just across the foul line. There's 1 away. Just a reminder to go to foxsportsflorida.com, and there you can vote for the top memorable moment of the Rays 2010 season that you'd like to see replayed right here on Sun Sports. Top of the order, John Jaso. Breaking ball inside.
Should have let that hit him like Jorge did.
Yeah, how about that?
His natural reactions to get out of the way, turn in.
Little chopper back over the mound, charged by Jeter. Throw to first in time. Second time Jeter's thrown out Jaso tonight.
Number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Ben out on 2 ground balls. Baseball off the plate inside. Rays and the Yankees in game 3 of this series. 2-0. Rays 7-6 against the Yankees this year. 4-4 here at Tropicana Field. And a pop to the left side, short left. Kearns coming in. And the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. On to inning number 7. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Look at tonight's Jaguar performer through the front 6 of this game. James Shields has made 111 pitches. Giving up that first inning run on 8 hits, 7 strikeouts for Shields, 8 strikeouts now on the night. And just the 1 walk. He also hit a man, and for the time being, that's also scored a walk. So he's going to start the 7th. He hasn't thrown this many pitches since he threw 121 against Boston back on the 17th of April.
Yeah, and Dwayne, he's worked so hard tonight. He thought for a moment that maybe Joe Madden would start clean with a reliever here, because he had to work awfully hard, especially getting through that 6th. And I believe Joe Madden's thinking is, well, Curtis is really susceptible to that changeup, and he might have the best chance to get the lefty out here to lead off this inning. He may just go 1 hitter here, depending on what Curtis does.
First pitch to Curtis is down and in, a curveball.
My thinking is might be better to start the inning clean with the reliever here.
Upstairs, 2-0. Coming off a 20-pitch inning in the 6th when he left a couple men on base. There's a strike. Curtis taking a fastball. 2-1. Qualls now up in the bullpen, and he's just been joined by Balfour. The other way. 2-2.
Yeah, you'd like to see one really good changeup. One more good changeup right here from James Shields tonight. Get Curtis to chase.
And he started after it, but held up. So that changeup is ball 3, and the count is full. He went 3-2 to both Posada and Kearns in the 6th.
Yeah, on that one he did hold up. You almost have to go all the way with it now. The changeup.
And a line drive to first. He threw him a fastball. Well, he's always ready for the fastball.
Always.
You're right.
Well, always, no doubt.
And he lines it to Pena. So that's going to be it. Curtis out number 1 here in the 7th inning. And Shields, you're right, he really worked hard tonight.
He did.
And he's going to leave this game after pitching 6 1/3, and he'll get a good hand from the Rays fans.
He did a
very good night's work.
Super job, Dwayne. He really did. He worked awfully hard. He changed speeds a lot. Did a great job.
Well, Shields departs with 117 pitches and a 2-1 lead.
Of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
James Shields in the Rays dugout after a very good night's work. And this is 30th start of the year. He leaves it in the hands of the Rays bullpen. Chad Qualls on with 1 out in the 7th. And he hits Jeter. Jeter leaning in as if to bunt, and Qualls is saying, hey, that hit the bat. And the Rays are going to argue that that should be an attempt at a bunt, and Madden wants Pena to pick it up and go to first and flip it down there and tag the bag. Zobrist, as the Rays think that ball is in play.
Yeah, there's a no call out there right now. I mean, Jeter reacted so quickly as if he got hit. Take another look from the center field shot right here. It looked like it got the knob of the bat. You know what? It got the knob of the bat, I think.
I think it did.
Yeah, it got the knob of the bat. It's a fair ball, and the Rays were right. Look at this.
Yep.
Freeze it.
It hit the knob.
Freeze it.
And you could hear it.
Sure did. He sold it. Hook, line, and sinker.
That hit the knob. You could hear it.
Yeah, you sure could. That was wood. If that's meat, he's out of the game. He got the knob of the bat. It went fair. He should be out. The Rays made a play at first base, and Joe Madden's still out there.
Yeah, that should be a fair ball, and he should be out.
He's out, yeah. Jeter sold it. That's a shame. This is my contention where you should have one challenge. I talk about replay coming to the infield. One challenge.
Yeah.
It's a big play in this game.
Hallian didn't want to hear anything from Madden. The Jeter should be out. It hit the knob of the bat.
Yeah, there's
we'll
no
take
doubt
another
about
look
it.
and a listen, and you can see it hit the knob of the bat.
Yeah, Jeter brings his hands way up as if to bunt. And you would think one of the 4 umpires would have seen that.
And if they didn't see it, they could certainly hear it.
You can certainly hear it at home plate. I'm telling you, being a catcher, yeah, naturally you're going to throw Joe out. You missed the call and you're going to throw Joe out. There you go. That's big of you. Check the replay tonight, guys. Let's get it right once in a while, especially in a big game.
Yeah, you've got a division lead on the line in a 1-run game. And they fell for Jeter's thespian act.
Well, Jeter's not rubbing anything right now, is he, over there? He's not hurting at first base.
And you can't blame Madden. They just out and out missed the call.
Yeah, Jeter's not rubbing anything. If he got hit, he'd be, I tell you what, he'd be icing that wrist down right now if he got hit.
Here it is.
Brings his hands up. Knob of the bat, right off the knob and right back into fair territory. Right there. Right there. How about that? And
just
here's the
listen.
sound.
Yeah. Man, oh man. They couldn't see it. They couldn't hear it.
And they got it wrong.
Jeter's just fine at first.
With that sound, that would have broke his wrist if it hit his wrist.
Here's Granderson. Pitch outside. So they eject Joe Madden.
It's another reason I really believe this. I didn't used to 2 years ago. I really believe you got to bring replay in for challenge just for the reason right there.
2-0.
And each manager should have one challenge. You pick your spot, and that was the time to challenge. Go back and check it on replay. You get the play right. Should be 2 outs.
It's a great idea.
And I'm really believe I'm stronger than ever on it now. I know we talked about it a few times this year, but I really believe that now. We got the technology. Let's get it right because the umpires don't.
2-1. Well, just the sound of that. I mean, common sense tells you that it's not his elbow that you heard.
That's right.
It was the knob of the bat.
You know, it used to be in the old days, you take the umpires say, well, take your batting gloves off. Let me see your wrist. Let me see a seam. Is there something on your wrist? And then if you didn't have anything, they'd say foul ball.
Boy, oh boy. 3-1 now. So Barksdale has given the Yankees a base runner here. Should be 2 outs and the base is empty. It clearly hit the bat.
Derek Jeter sold it. They bought into it. Who was it last homestand? Was it Victor Martinez that sold one?
Yeah, Victor sold one.
He sold one too. And that was another time he could have challenged.
And he danced around after convincing the umpires that it had hit his foot when it did not. Foul ball here. You'd think at some point umpires, just out of personal pride, would be on the lookout for things like that, right? Because essentially Jeter just showed Barksdale up.
Yeah, well, I mean, what you can do is make him show me where you got hit. Let me see it, because if that hit with that sound, you'd have a big red mark, bruise, swelling immediately.
Jeter on the run, and Granderson hits one deep into right field. That ball is going to get out of here. Granderson hits the home run. And now it's 3-2 New York. Granderson hits his 18th home run.
Yeah, Chad Quall's trying to throw a sinker right there. Kind of just stayed right over the heart of the plate and down. Curtis is a low ball hitter. and he got it all. MLB really has to do something about this. I mean, there's just been too many cases in all of baseball like that.
Pitch outside to Teixeira.
We have the technology. Let's use it. Let's not be naive. Let's not be archaic. NFL's using it. NBA's using it. Last 2 minutes. Shot clock. Let's get it right.
Well, at some point, the credibility of the competition is on the line. 2-0. So Qualls behind Teixeira. So Shields will not figure in this decision. And a broken bat ground ball. That'll be handled by Bartlett out of the shift. So Teixeira grounds out. Two gone. Alex Rodriguez will be the hitter.
You know, people complain about replay. That took the whole momentum away from Chad Qualls. That took a good 10 minutes. Replay would have taken 55 seconds, and he would have said, you know what, there's 2 outs.
Yep. So here's Rodriguez taking a strike. So Chad Qualls trying to get the 4th out of the inning. A little foul ball. 0-2. Rodriguez walked in the first, single in the 6th. Takes this slider down and away. 1-2. It's down.
You know, it's funny when you look at it, think back, when the trainer came out, he never looked at his, he never took off anything to show him where he got hit.
Of course not.
Because he didn't get hit.
That's right.
See all that protection that Derek has, the wrist and the wristbands and all that. He never took that off. Never pulled up his sleeve to show where he got hit. So he really sold it, and the umpires just bought into it.
2-2 and a fly ball into right field. Joyce is there. He makes the catch. That retires the side. The Yankees get 4 outs and 2 runs in the inning. That ball hit the bat and not Jeter, and Granderson hit it out. 3-2 New York.
Angels, don't forget a family fun day presented by the St. Petersburg Times on Sunday. And the first 10,000 kids 14 and under get this cape, courtesy of yellowpages.com. And also on our Ask the Announcer website Wednesday, Vicky wanted to see what the new Evan Longoria shirt looks like. Hold that cape there for me. Here it is, guys. Friday Fest, the new Evan Longoria shirt, presented by the St. Petersburg Times. This will be to the first 10,000 fans on Friday. The capes to the first 10,000 kids on Sunday. All against the Angels this weekend. Back to you.
All right, Carl Crawford leads off the bottom of the 7th. And it's a high breaking ball. 1-0. Crawford fouls one back. Crawford was ejected in the Monday night game here by Tom Hallion. Pitch is fouled out away up the left side, 1-2. And that turned out to be that ejection of Crawford fortuitous for the Rays because Reed Brignac took his spot and hit one out to win the game. Hallion didn't want to hear anything from Matt.
Nope, sure didn't.
Not a good attitude to take. Here's the crew chief. 1-2 when they clearly missed the call. And Madden was ejected. He's been ejected more than any other Rays manager now. Foul ball.
Well, that ejection, I got to say, I would have too. Yeah, you can see it from the dugout, you can hear it from the dugout, but you can't get it when you're 1 foot from it at home plate. You can't get the call right.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Or anybody else out there on the field, for that matter, to overrule it.
Boy, if you couldn't hear that.
Well, let's face it. I mean, that sound, I mean, Jeter would have been out of the game and icing it right now and getting an X-ray.
Fly ball into right field. Curtis is there and makes the catch. 1 out here in the 7th inning, and it brings up Evan Longoria.
Number 3, Evan Longoria.
Evan had the base hit in the 5th inning. And that's a fastball in for a strike. The 1-1 count. Close. 2-1. Now it's 3 balls and a strike. Out of play.
Back to that cutter, 3-1 right there. Evan didn't want it.
Well, that's a handy pitch for Hughes.
Yeah,
3-1.
it is, because he's hoping to get a fastball there. He just got 3 up and in. Thought he might get one down and away, but it had a little cut action to it. Couldn't hold up.
And a breaking ball, strike 3. Hughes recovered from the 3-1 count with 2 very good pitches.
And that's what you got to do in the big leagues to the best hitters. You got to be able to do that. Throw your secondary pitch. 3-2 curveball.
There's Matt Joyce. Joyce lines a base hit into left center field. Granderson with a pickup. Joyce big turn, and he's going to hang on. A 2-out single for Joyce will get Dan Johnson to the plate. Can Lightning strike twice?
Hey, why not? Pitch is a fastball away, and Matt Joyce just goes right with it, much like he did last night. Base hit to left center.
Hughes at 99 pitches on the night. Dan Johnson steps in. And the first pitch is a breaking ball for a strike. He had a 3-2 fastball out in the 5th inning. And the Rays a 2-1 lead at the time. One ball, one strike. So with Hughes just over 100 pitches, Chamberlain gets up in the bullpen. Two balls and a strike.
I think for Joe Girardi, this is probably exactly what he expected, maybe even more for Phil Hughes after being off for 10 days. Between starts, at least.
And there it goes! Long drive! High! Deep! Gone! Home run for Dan Johnson, and Lightning does strike twice. Dan Johnson with his second home run of the night, and the Rays take a 4-3 lead.
Good call by you tonight.
Wow. Justice prevails. 4-3 Tampa Bay.
We got another fastball, and it ran back over the plate again, much like it did in the 5th inning. Almost an identical pitch, identical swing. Huge home run. Wow.
Here's Carlos Pena. Pitch is wide to Carlos. Boy, has Dan Johnson hit some big home runs in Rays history. How about that shot? Back-to-back 2-run home runs from Dan Johnson, and the Rays lead 4-3. Here it is again.
They're trying to go away just like last time, and you see the ball is really right down the middle. Dan knows it. Nice short swing, and that is a long home run. DJ and the rest of the game got to be pumped up about that.
And a line drive off the glove of Jeter into center field, and Pena has a base hit. Carlos Pena picks up his first hit on the heels of the Johnson home run. And now Girardi heads to the mound. That's it for Hughes. With 2 outs here in the 7th, the Rays have grabbed the lead on this one swing of the bat from Dan Johnson. 4-3 Rays, new pitcher coming. over recap. Dan Johnson hitting 2 home runs tonight. This is his 4th 2-home run game. The others came in 06 and 07. Of course, he hit that big home run on Jonathan Papelbon in 08 for the Rays, just getting to the ballpark and pinch hitting at Fenway. Hit a walk-off homer earlier this year off the Red Sox, and 2 big home runs tonight. And here is B.J. Upton to face Jabba Chamberlain. Pena at first, 2 gone. And a chopper down the left side. That's Rodriguez with a toss to Cano for the force at second to retire the side. But the Rays take the lead with 2 big runs on the 2-run home run by Dan Johnson. And at the end of 7, 4-3 Tampa Bay. A reminder to stop in by your local Hess Express. Grab the 2010 race pocket schedule that includes a $5 off coupon for a pair of lower level tickets to see the Rays on Saturday nights. The Angels are in this Saturday. Go to RaysBaseball.com. Randy Choate will be the new pitcher for the Rays. And Randy will hold the team record for most appearances in a single season.
Yeah, how about this? 76 appearances now. Always facing the toughest lefty that the opposition has.
And there you see the list. Choate, Camp, Balfour, Hernandez, and Wheeler. And Choate's on to face the tough left-handed bat of Robinson Cano. It foul. Third base side. That slider out there.
Well, you're mixing and matching, managing 6 outs now. So this is where you got your main horses. Randy Choate with Berkman on deck, who's a much better left-handed hitter. Hopefully, if Randy can get Robbie Cano, then he'll face Berkman as well.
Pitch is wide, 1-1. Boston beats Seattle 5-1. Buchholz picks up his 16th. He's 16-7. He pitched the front 7 innings in that game.
I tell you, Boston's not going down easy.
2-1. The Red Sox winning their 82nd game of the year. 72 and 64.
That won 4 in a row, Boston.
Three and one. Yankees led 1-0 until the 5th. Rays led 2-1 until the 7th. The Yankees led 3-2 until the bottom of the 7th. It's 4-3 here in the 8th. A chopper foul handled by Mick Kelleher. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Shields worked 6 1/3. Balls 2/3.
Robinson Cano, that was intentional to make Randy choke back off and think about it again. A little cat and mouse going on here.
And a little tapper right side. Choke cannot get there in time, and that's going to be an infield hit. That's his 3rd hit of the night. Boy, this guy gets hits any way, any kind, any form. Hits it hard. He dribbles it to the right side.
So I said earlier, when you're hot, you're hot. Everything you hit finds a way to get there. Look at Randy busting his tail. Can't get it on a big hop. Smothers it. Carlos has to charge the ball as well, not thinking that Randy could get there, of course. They're thinking that Randy will not get there. So there's nobody at first base either way.
Well, Marcus Thames has been announced as the pinch hitter for Berkman. Davey Martinez, the bench coach, running the team, and he's going to make a change. Grant Balfour gets the call against Thames.
Yeah, 50th appearance for Grant. He does have that strikeout an inning right there. 48 strikeouts, 47 2/3 innings. Really a surprise to see Thames, because Lance Berkman is, like I said earlier, is much better left-handed. He's really scuffled right-handed this year. So Joe Girardi made his move, and Davey Martinez counters with Grant Balfour.
The Rays' fourth pitcher of the game. Tim's big-time power. Seen most of his time against left-handed pitching this year. And Balfour's first pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Tim's 1 out of 4 lifetime against Grant.
And he's a big-time pull power guy. He will pull off the ball.
And a ground ball foul. Behind the third base coach and beyond.
Good pitch right there. Good call. Did pull off that one.
Cano reaching on the infield tap.
Cano is not a burner. He has a couple of stolen bases. I don't think in this situation he'll go. Good pitch.
There's a strike. Curveball.
That is a smart pitch. Great execution right there. Look at that. Perfect.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He's out on strikes. Tim strikes out.
Came right back with it. Even though he left it a little bit middle in, Tim's pulled off it, underneath it. Definitely thinking fastball. Look, it's way out in front. Good call right there.
Now here's Posada. And here's the interesting matchup.
Yeah, look at that.
See, Posada, regular season 4 for 4 with a home run. Lifetime against Balfour. 1-0 the count. Cano at first. 1 out. The pitch is low. 2-0.
This is when Jorge is tough. He's got that hitter's count. He'll be looking for dead red right here. Fastball, and that's fine if you throw it. Just got to make it in a good location.
And he takes it for a strike. 2-1.
Right there. Right down the middle, knee high.
And the pitch drops low. 2-1 curve. Now it's 3-1. So Posada. And a hitter's count.
All right, it bends over. Let's get this inning over with.
And that ball runs inside. So he walks Posada. Cano pushed up to second base. Austin Kearns will be the hitter. The Rays wanting to stay away from Benoit tonight. He pitched in 3 days in a row and 4 out of 5.
Grant's got the stuff to get through this, even though he walked Posada. He's got the ability with his breaking stuff and that great fastball to get a big out right here, maybe even a double play ball. Kearns does like the fastball. He'll be looking to drive.
Kearns with a base hit, 1 for 3 on the night. the pitch is a strike.
Good call. First pitch slider right there. Good pitch, 85 miles an hour. Good bite on it. Good tilt on it. That's a good ground ball pitch, too.
Yeah, that could be the order of the evening.
Come right back with it.
That slider. Another one. Up just a little bit, but he's reaching for it and fouled it.
Yeah. He tried to wait on that one a little bit and go with it. Now you might go up the ladder, try to get a strikeout, get him to chase. Make sure it's up, though. Fastball. Either that or drop a slider in the dirt, one of the two.
And he went for the high fastball. Kearns would not chase it that high. 1-2.
You can double up on that up, or you can go right back, but you got to make that sure that slider's down, and Jason's got to block it.
Oh, that's a good pitch. Strike 3 call on a slider. Kearns caught looking. 10 strikeouts for Rays pitching tonight. 2 gone here in the 8th.
Very good sequence. Very good sequence. 2 sliders, then a fastball up. Kearns wasn't sure if he was going to get another one up. He got a slider right there. And it was the sequence that got him. The pitch was hittable, but he was thinking fastball after that 4-seam fastball up at his eyes. You know what this kid's looking for.
Fastball, fastball, fastball. And the first pitch is a fastball in. 1-0. Shields worked him over with a changeup. First couple times up. Shields, Qualls, Choate, and Balfour tonight.
It is very aggressive on fastballs in the zone.
And a foul ball back. Had a cut at the fastball.
Big cut right there. That's not a base hit cut. And Jason's going to go out and talk about that. Jason's seen that all night long. And even after 3 changeups in a row to Shields, and he looked bad on him, he was still looking fastball.
And let me just throw this at you. Balfour broke out a changeup on that last road trip and threw a number of them well. Be interesting to see what they're thinking tonight.
Yeah, I think well, that little talk right there. Jason's just reminding, he's seen him line out and line to third line for first base last time. That's what he's thinking right there. Let's try the breaking ball.
1-2.
Good thinking.
Gain speeds on him with this. Breaking ball.
Back door, too.
Pitch. It's away. Fastball. He took it out there. 2-2.
A good try to paint right there away. Got to make a money pitch right here.
2-2. Ground ball right side. Zobrist. Pena. That takes care of New York in the 8th. No runs ahead. 2 men left. Bottom of the 8th coming. 4-3 Tampa Bay.
rotation is better equipped for the postseason. TB1 for the Tampa Bay Rays, TB2 for the New York Yankees. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rate supply. We'll have the results for you in our post-game show, Rays Live, the post-game show. I'll be joined by Brian Anderson. We'll also hear from Dwayne and Kevin. Well, Joe Madden with his press conferences, sound from the locker room. That's all coming up right after the game, guys, on Rays Live. Back to you.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Chamberlain got the final out in the Rays' 7th. Jason Bartlett will begin the home half of the 8th. Then the top of the order, Jaso and Zobrist. In what is a 4-3 game, the Rays lead.
Boy, heck of a job by Grant Balfour.
Yes, sir.
Get out of that inning. Like that matchup right there. 5 for 11 off the job of Jason Bartlett. Nice job, Grant.
The pitch is upstairs. 1-0. Tie 2-0. You don't think the AL East is by far the toughest division? Baltimore beat Toronto 3-1. They're now 26-15 under Buck Showalter.
And how about that?
And they're 9-6 versus the AL East.
Yep.
That's a strike. It's 2-1. Brad Bergeson threw a complete game against the Blue Jays tonight. So it's tough in the AL East, folks. And this has been another great matchup between the Rays and the Yankees here at Tropicana Field. 2-2 the count.
A job of dropping a 2-1 slider in right there.
And he comes back with another one. Bartlett out on strikes. Balfour came on with a man aboard in the 8th inning and got through the Yankee lineup.
Some breaking balls to Marcus Timms. Slider to Austin Kearns. Fastball down to the ground out to Curtis to end the inning. Great job.
John Jaso. Pitch is a strike. Ball, 1 strike. 4-6-0 for the Rays, 3-10-0 for New York. The Yankees have left 9 tonight. The Rays have left 1. Jaso lifts the fly ball to left. Kearns grabs it. 2 outs. Rafael Soriano in the Rays bullpen. Now Ben Zobrist. Chopper back at first, foul. Strike. Well, Ben faced Chamberlain last night and popped out to short, so he's 0 for 11 lifetime against him. Fouled it back, 0-2. Rays and the Yankees playing for first place in the AL East. The Yankees started this series up by a half game. The Rays won the first game, 1-0 in 11 to take a half game lead. The Yankees winning last night at 10-8-7 to take a half game lead. Rays lead 4-3 in this one. foul back.
Boy, and it's been a grind, too. Just as expected, though.
Absolutely.
Get the two best teams in baseball going at it. This has definitely been a playoff type series.
Zobrist takes it down and in. A ball, 2 strikes.
One thing that starting has done for Java, he's using all of his secondary pitches, his slider and his curve.
And Zobrist went around. Says the weight umpire Lance Barksdale. So we're through 8. We're headed into the 9th. Top of the order for New York. Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira. 4-3 Rays. Call 1-800-SHOP Auto Way. 4-3, the Rays lead as we go to the 9th inning. The Rays DH, Dan Johnson, the difference in this game tonight. He belted a 2-run home run in the 5th on a 3-2 pitch, a fastball. And then in the 7th inning, gave the Rays a 4-3 lead with a home run to right. That's our checkers double of the game. Rafael Soriano, the Rays closer, on for the 4th game in a row. Derek Jeter takes the first pitch, and it's a strike. Deanna Navarro in defensively for the Rays behind the plate.
Rafael, 42 saves. This is his 60th appearance. Needs 43.
Pitch is down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soriano pitched an inning last night, picked up a strikeout. He 10 pitches in the game last night. And the pitch up. Did Jeter go? He did not, says Ed Rapalano.
Take a look at the side shot right here. Yeah, he might have got one right.
2-1.
He didn't get the last one right, but they got that one. And Barkfield got that one this time. He didn't need help on this one. Ball's got some run to it, some cut to it right there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He got him. Fastball up, strikes him out. One away in the 9th.
Trying to go away, he got it up, and it did have that little cut to it as well. Right above Derek Jeter's hands. Right underneath it. The swing.
Here's Curtis Granderson. Granderson hit the home run in the 7th inning. His 18th of the year. He's 1 for 4. Upstairs. A ball, no strikes.
Rays playing no doubles defense. They are very deep.
Boy, I'll tell you,
unusually
deep is right. Look at that. Crawford, Upton, Joyce, almost to the warning track.
Well, that's not only no doubles defense, that's no triple with the speed of Curtis Granderson, and I certainly understand that.
Fouls it, 1-1.
Because if you play shallow, yeah, you might take a base hit away, but if one goes over your head with his speed and you're playing very shallow, it's a triple.
A 1-1 count. Low. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball.
A little bit extra too. 93 on that one and up. That's a good pitch. That's above his hands. Going right underneath it.
He got that kind of run on Jeter.
Yeah, he did. You know, Granderson hits that low ball. He's a low ball fastball hitter, so you can go up on him like that again.
Two away. And a full count.
Little extra on that one too. 94. You can make Granderson's aggressiveness work against him. You can do it again as long as it's over the plate, but up with a fastball. Make him get a chase.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Granderson. Here it is. And a pop foul. That's going to wind up in the seats down the third base side.
Yeah, that's the ball he can get to right there. He shot a ball in the gap to left center the other night like that. Well, actually last night off of Matt Garza. Normally you'd say that's a great pitch down and away, but he is a low ball hitter.
Again by the Rays right-hander, and a high pop-up, but this one will go foul and out of play. And Soriano will have to make his third 3-2 pitch. Again, 3-2, ground ball right side. Pena Soriano to cover. 2 gone. They get Granderson on the chopper to first. 2 outs with the bases empty.
A great recovery. Nice job by Soriano, staying cool as ice like normal. Look at that weird hop, too, out in front of the dirt there. It was all chopped up. It almost took a hop that was going to get by Carlos Pena, but he stayed with it, as usual. Nice job. And no hesitation by Soriano to make sure he got over there to first base.
Now Mark Teixeira. Teixeira has 2 of the 10 New York hits. 2 for 4 tonight. Crowd of just under 30,000. And a check swing roller foul. Strike 1. They're all standing now. Fastball, he missed it. 0-2.
Yeah, that was by design right there, too. Navarro wanted a fastball, and he wanted it up, and that's where Soriano got it. Right above his hands. Look at that big uppercut.
Soriano trying to close it out. 2 strikes to count to Teixeira. Here it is. 1 hopper foul past Pena. That low liner that skipped just past Carlos Pena in foul ground. And you can see Carlos almost made a play on that ball. He's guarding the line so much with Teixeira up there.
That's amazing. I mean, he's about 3 feet from the line, and that ball, now he's moving over. He's looking closer this time. I mean, that ball almost got by him. It would have been a double.
Low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yonder wanted that backdoor slider right there. James Shields threw a great backdoor cutter for strike 3.
It was to Berkman, I think.
On Berkman, yeah, that was a great pitch. That's what Navarro wanted right there on Teixeira.
One and 2.
And go right back to that same pitch.
And it stays wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Soriano struck out Jeter. He got Granderson on the hopper to first. 2 and 2 on Teixeira. And that's ball 3. Just with a fastball. So the count is full.
Well, do you try to go back in and up the ladder, even get a chase? Danger area, but it's over the plate and up above his hands. You can get him. Got to make a great pitch, though.
3-2. And a foul ball. It got just a part of his left foot, fortunately for Teixeira.
Yeah, I think they wanted that ball up, too. They're not down there. That's too good a pitch right there. Look what he's trying to do, which you expect that.
So another 3-2 pitch. On its way. Ball 4. He went up but out of the strike zone. And Teixeira draws the walk.
This should bring Gardner out of the dugout. I think it is.
Yep, Gardner's going to run.
Yep.
He's got great speed. Teixeira lifted for the runner. Teixeira with that broken pinky toe on his right foot. He leaves. And Gardner,
that's
a
also
base stealer at first.
That's also the reason Deano Navarro's in the game. That's a good move by Davey Martinez for this reason right here. He's the best thrower. Got a quick release and a good accurate arm normally if he gets a good pitch to throw on. I think early you're going to see A-Rod swing the bat. I don't think you're going to run first pitch here. Got to concentrate on Alex Rodriguez. Count gets deeper, you might see him run.
Rodriguez swings and misses. Pulled off the fastball. Strike one.
That's a good pitch away right there. And a pitch out count now. We'll see if Gardner stays right there. I would think 0-1 he would.
There's a strike on the outside corner. He threaded the needle and got the strike out there. 0-2.
Oh, he made a quality pitch right there. That is money. Right on the black of home plate. That's a beauty. Well, if you throw a strike here, you get A-Rod out. You don't have to worry about Gardner. 2 strikes. At some point, Gardner will be running here the next couple of pitches.
0-2. Got him! Rays win. We're back in first place. Soriano blew a fastball by him. Kept it away from him. Strikes him out, and the Rays win it 4-3. The Rays take 2 out of 3 from New York and reclaim first place. Up by a half game, the Rays win their 88th game of the year. Dan Johnson, 2 big swings, a pair of 2-run home runs, one in the 5th and one in the 7th. And the Rays come away with a 4-3 victory tonight and first place. 88-57, a game up in the loss column on New York. The Yankees 88-58. And boy, what a series this has been. The Rays and the Yankees play 3 one-run games. And the Rays take 2 of them. Tonight's Miller Lite tastes greatness moment. The strikeout, mid-90s. Soriano pitching in his 4th straight day. He was over 20 pitches in that 9th inning. But he got Rodriguez on 3 pitches, including his best fastball of the night on that last pitch.
Yeah, those were all money pitches away, and they had a little cut action to them. They had some good movement away at about 93, 94. 3 quality pitches to strike out Alex Rodriguez, and that's also how you stop a base stealer. Strike 1, strike 2. That'll stop a base stealer because he's always got to worry about pitch out.
And that's his 43rd save this year. He ties Roberto Hernandez for the most saves in a single season in Rays history. And a great job tonight in the 9th inning by Rafael Soriano. Let's go to the field and Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thanks.